helping.
Fuck it, we'll do it live! Welcome to Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9001. I'm SneakyDevil, joined today by Nose Hair, Max Force, and maybe Atin. So today we are going to talk about...
Okay.
Hello?
Try to make
Twitch,
sure I'm paying
stop
attention,
unmuting. Yeah, real quick bitching. Twitch, stop unmuting this stream. I mute it for a reason. I don't need echoes of Sneaky.
Oh great, now it's buffering. Well, I hate to break it to you, but it's not me that's making you buffer, my lads. My brain is fried, my body is broken, and yet I am here. Because...
Oh, we're just...
because, Sean, your liver remains. But it won't after this night. So to break from tradition, we are not going to be reading a Fate Stay Night D times D fic to start off with. We are going to be reading...
That was tradition?
Well, I mean, we've been doing that for like the past couple...
sessions,
It was a very short tradition.
Shortest lived tradition I've ever seen in my life.
No, we've had shorter traditions.
No, I meant personally.
No, you've been witness to shorter traditions.
And what traditions would those be, sir?
I don't know, they're so short I forgot about them. Pretty sure Sneaky Devil's alcohol consumption affects my liver. Well, I have to go put it somewhere. Right, so, as of course, according to Twitch and YouTube guidelines, I must remind you all that you are not supposed to at any point in time contact the people featured in this here podcast. And this is an important distinction because, you know, Twitch is kind of cracking down on people now, so, you know. Also, our content is no longer monetizable on YouTube, so that's neat.
Whoa! Wait, that's...
I mean, it had to happen eventually.
How much money were you making off YouTube compared to...
None. We actually previously were actually monetized and we're actually able to get super chats, but we didn't have the people, and now we have the people and we aren't able to do those things anymore. So, well played, YouTube. Well played.
Which, I mean, I talked about this with you. I'm probably going to start looking at doing gameplay again, but this time just cutting it. So, see how that goes.
Yeah, just add lots of, like, visual effects to it, and you can claim it as your own content now.
I'm just gonna Soviet womble it. Just cut the highlights, put...
Max, wait, don't!
I mean, listen, if you wombled us, we'd all seem amazingly funny.
We would all seem at least 10 times funnier. That's the womble effect.
I mean, come on. Womble makes Womble look funny.
He's got a point.
He makes Edberg look funny for
Hey,
God's sakes.
so, anyway, so this is a Naruto Fate Stay Night crossover called Second Chances Are Fought For by FG7 Dragoon. Summoned by Tosaka Rin in 5th Fyuki Holy Grail War, one Uzumaki Naruto is looking forward to that wish that can grant him a new chance at life. And if he saves a few girls along the way, well, that's just business as usual for him, isn't it? Assassin Caster Naruto.
This is dumb.
Caster Naruto...
No, Assassin Caster.
Assassin Caster? That's not a class.
I mean, if you watched Fate Apocrypha...
I mean, yeah.
No, that's still not
I'm still with
class.
Max. It's not a class.
I know it's not a class.
Yeah. Now, Berserker Caster is a class. Berserker Assassin is a class. Berserker anything is a class.
Berserker Tank is a class.
No, that's actually a class thanks to Fate Grand Order.
Written by Anita Sarkeesian, maybe.
Fate Grand Order, the first official chapter happens. They're like, all right, so I've converted all of you into Berserker versions of your class. Oh God, why?
Yes, I forgot about that.
Because we totally needed Vlad the fucking Impaler with the power of a Lancer and a Berserker, right?
So, I'm going to start off this fic by downing a little bit, because I'm going to need some liquid courage to continue.
Oh boy. Actually...
Okay. Though she was ready. She thought that all her preparations were complete, but she was not prepared. She thought it was a sure thing to summon a Saber-class Servant. Not for the first or last time, Tosaka Rin thought wrong. The evidence being the utter lack of a servant in the summoning circle, and an explosion upstairs that rocked the house. Damn it! She shouted in irritation as she ran upstairs, breaking the door open when she found it stuck, only to discover a hole in her roof, a small crater in the floor, surrounded by collapsed and crushed furniture, and the perpetrator nowhere in sight. What the hell happened here? She wondered in a whisper. What are you looking at? A completely unfamiliar voice whispered. Stiffening in shock, Rin slowly turned her head to see the person looking over her shoulder. He was a blonde young man with blue eyes and 3 whisker-like marks on each cheek. He was maybe 3 inches taller than her, and he had a headband with a metal plate bearing a leaf-like symbol tied to his forehead. With a scream, Rin smacked him away and moved to put as much distance as she could between them. What was that for? The blonde demanded in annoyance as the author continues to disregard basic grammatical skills. Humph! It is that kind of greeting I get. I won't be answering any more of your summons in the future.
Well, that's good, because you shouldn't be getting summoned in the first place.
I recommend you read the end of the final chapter, because it's weird and it's just a list of Naruto skills. Yes, indeed, Peg. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it is. I decided to go look at it when I saw that. Why is it weird for a hero to be summoned?
Well, no, Atin's saying it's weird for Naruto to be summoned because as far as the Fate verse is concerned, Naruto doesn't exist even as a manga.
Yeah,
Which, honestly, I think that would probably be the best way to do a crossover. Just have one of the masters be like, I have found this book detailing the legend of this great hero that can shoot laser beams. I shall use this book to summon him. And then that's how they end up crossing over the universes?
Actually, no. Theoretically, that is how it should be done. Because doesn't this take place in 2006?
It takes place in 2018.
What is the setting of Fate Stay Night again?
I don't know, probably like 2010 or something.
Like it's like 06, 08, isn't it?
I remember specifically it was like a joke that Rin knew how a VCR worked because there was like DVDs now or something, and it's been DVDs for a while.
Yeah.
I think it was actually Blu-ray.
Yeah, something like that. But
specifically, okay, so it took place in
2004 apparently.
04. So if it took place in 04,
what up, Birdie?
At best, that would have been Naruto shortly after Shippuden if he was summoned here. I think.
Yeah.
Because Naruto was first published in 97.
I think that would honestly be the best way that sort of crossover happens. Just my personal opinion.
Pilot was 97, and then it got formally published in 99.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be like Naruto halfway, like Naruto just after the time skip, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around that. Yeah.
I'm remembering my timeline correctly for that.
But yeah, no, but the point being is that like, if you're going to do the whole crossover angle, I understand it's like multiple worlds and infinite possibilities, and technically speaking, any world could have been the previous incarnation. It's like, okay, yes, but I would like a little bit more effort on your part to explain.
Here's the thing though. We already know, thanks to Archer Emiya, regardless of it being special circumstances.
Bullshit, Bake. Carnival Phantasm is 100% canon. You will not reject my reality.
No, Carnival Phantasm is canon. It's just a separate timeline.
Yeah.
Welcome to Fate. Everything is canon.
Everything is canon. Nothing is fan fiction.
But you can summon people from the future.
Yes.
Even with Archer Emiya being a special case, it is still proof that he's from the. Once you have one precedent, you can easily say like, here's what should happen to make this fun. Reveal that Rin is secretly an otaku. It's like, holy shit, who are you? Oh, I'm Naruto. Hang on. Goes to grab manga. You mean this Naruto? Oh wow, why do you have that?
No, Max begins quietly weeping out.
Internal weaving intensifies.
And internal fangirl squealing begins or some shit.
Pretty much.
But no, I actually will recommend everyone, and maybe I'll read little snippets from a Worm fanfic I had read yesterday. It's on the Discord now as well. It's How to Train Your Endbringer. By God, have I not stopped laughing at that?
Wait, Detroit Emiya, are you talking about Archer Alter?
Detroit Emiya?
Hold on. What the hell is Detroit Emiya?
I'm pretty sure he's talking about Archer Alter. Hang on. Hang on, Adam. I got you here. This is totally relevant. Pretty sure that's who he's talking about.
Oh God, that is Detroit Emiya. It's also like Black Spider-Man gone wrong.
What in God's name is that?
It's Alter Emiya.
It's Detroit Emiya, you know?
I don't fucking know.
Or maybe Chicago Emiya. Maybe Chicago Emiya is better.
No, he doesn't have pistols.
Those are pistols.
Those are pistols.
Those are
I'll be
deagles.
damn! Those pistols are edgier than Dante's.
Yeah, you can thank Fate Grand Order for this guy
God
existing
damn it, Grand
because he's
Order.
summonable there. Oh, Fate Grand Order, you continue to provide delicious memes.
Oh boy. I met Connor the android sent by Cyberlife at my con. That's all I know about Detroit. Oh, has Detroit been conquered in the name of Team Skull yet?
See, here's the thing. I'm such a World War II nerd that my first thought when someone said Detroit Emiya, I was like, he has a tank?
Theoretically,
I mean, if we're going with modern Emiya, he should.
Trace it. Actually, hang on. He might actually be able to trace something like that.
It's Emiya, but his origin is gun instead of sword, so he just gets everything that goes boom. Hello, Moth.
You know, I'd really like to see Emiya just rolling down
would
the
you
block
guys? Would you like to know what Emiya Alter's noble phantasm is called?
Detroit Smash?
Go ahead.
Unlimited Lost Works, the void creation of swords.
Can we get the Edge banner rolled?
Original OC, do not steal.
The pistols are still his normal swords, but now they shoot broken phantasms, apparently.
My God,
what the hell?
I love this. I love that Nasu signed off on a character. It's like, look, I made edgy Emiya. Can we use it? Yes. Do it before the internet does.
Do it before the internet makes it. Nasu was ahead on the Super Crown bend too. He was gender bending people long before everyone else.
He was gender bending people before it was cool.
He doesn't need a crown to do it either. Oh, what's that?
Just
We're
needs
gonna
a
give
pen.
Nero some tits.
You know what King Arthur's legend needs? What? Tits.
You know what'll make Nero sympathetic? Boobs.
Edgeometer. Yes. Anyway, back to this story, which already actually has accumulated quite a number of sins. In before Berserker Bowsette. I mean, I don't know, man.
Hey, I'll watch that.
Yeah. But doesn't King Arthur tale have enough tits? No, there needs to be more tits.
I mean, clearly there aren't enough, because Gawain had to go steal Arthur's. You You okay there, buddy?
I just thought of the most anime comedy moment in which two girls, one of them is big boobed, who bursts onto the scene. Now, she's binding her chest for the comedic reason, and she shouts, "You've stolen my tits," at the flat-chested girl. And it pans over to the flat-chested girl, and she has two birds, tits,
Of course.
on her arm. And then it pans back over to the big boob girl. They fly back over to her, and then her bindings burst, and now she has big boobs again. Like
I'm sorry,
I said.
I zoned out to check on an article. What did I just come back to? What the fuck?
Lolita?
You missed.
I'm over here.
Setup.
I'm over here reading this article and laughing at the author of Witcher for being a dumbass, and I come back. What the hell did I even come back to?
I'm wondering what the hell I missed.
Hey, I'm glad I'm not the only one lost.
I just went to go to the bathroom
See,
for a second.
Sneaky, I'm the only one who bothers to pay attention.
I appreciate
No,
that.
I just left for like a second and then I came back and just this shit.
I appreciate your dedication.
I'm just gonna put this article in the gaming section and just.
Oh yeah, no, that one. That one's hilarious.
Okay.
I
You owe
have
me
never
money.
seen a more clear case of, oh, I was a dumbass and now I feel stupid because I'm poor.
Yeah.
The quick TLDR for people is the guy who wrote the Witcher books. When he first let CD Projekt Red have the game, he's like, no, I want 10 grand up front. I don't want no stinking royalties. And they're like, okay. And now that they've made millions of dollars, he's sad.
Yeah, well, he's dumb.
Take his royalties.
Oh yeah, because he was like, this will never work. Nobody likes games. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
So,
well, he's dumb.
GG, no read.
Hey, now, Birdie, hold on. My attempts at comedy are fantastic because my comedy is poor, but everyone's reactions to hearing my comedy mid-swing make it better.
Lot of
Not
Lance. Calvin, I'm taking that name for a project now. You will not be credited,
Anyway,
but
So-
you will have my heartfelt thanks
back to the
for all
story.
eternity.
Fate Stay Night AU. King Arthur is male and all of his knights are actually women.
Hey, that makes Lancelot and Guinevere a lot more interesting, and let's be honest, a lot more in line with what Fate usually ends up doing.
Oh, okay, Calvin. Thank you. Blah 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 blah. Wait, you mean I summoned you? Well, yeah, blah blah blah. Don't you know that because you summoned me? Of course. I just thought you would appear before me. Well, I didn't do that. So, anyway, my name's Naruto. Let's go get the grill, yeah? My name's Tosaka Rin. What class are you? Nope, I'm not a saber. I mean, I can use a sword, but I'm good with everything. Oh, what class are you? I'm assassin, of course. What would you expect from a ninja? An assassin. Rin repeated, feeling as if the sky had dropped on her head. Honestly, him being summoned as Berserker makes way more sense than assassin.
Well, here's the thing. I can see the justification for Assassin, because he is technically a ninja. I understand what you're saying with Berserker, but
Yeah.
technically he is a ninja.
Chicks with tits. Yes, tension. Chicks with tits.
He would probably honestly be a caster before a berserker.
Great, now I have another scene in my head of a girl shouting, "Be smothered in my tits," and she just flings an entire flock of birds at someone.
Hey, that'd make for a great
All right
super.
then. That's something I didn't expect to hear today.
Well, you realize there is a bird called a tit, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making
Something
sure.
I didn't expect to hear today. That's all.
She's trying to track someone down, and she just throws a bunch of tits in the air and screams, "No one can escape from my tits."
Indeed. Go forth, my tits! Find my prey! Look, there is so many great jokes you could make with that. Hey, it's Chrysanthemum! Hey, Chrysanthemum!
Hey!
You aren't dead. Surprisingly.
Chris is alive! Yay!
As long as she doesn't yell, I'll hit you with my cock, and then a rooster comes out. No, man, she keeps the cock in her pants all the times. Come on. BPG here.
But clearly it needs to be a little baby cock. Otherwise, it wouldn't fit in your pants.
Yes, thank you, man.
Oh, please. You're the one who set this stupid joke up. I only finished it for you.
Technically, Calvin set it up.
You're right.
I'll just go ahead and list that on another one.
Is that a banana in your pocket, or are you just excited to see me? No, it's my cock! Whips it out. Isn't he gorgeous?
I mean, look, in Destiny, there's an emote where you just summon a chicken.
Behold, a featherless bird, a man.
I love the bird jokes. Well, I mean, it's the only kind of jokes we can make. There's no really good jokes you can make with moths.
I guess we don't really lampshade that enough.
No, you don't. They just, you know. The bird jokes are flying today.
Boo!
Yeah.
Boo!
I guess you could say they're really taking off.
Don't fucking encourage them.
You tend to get burned out quickly on moth jokes. Yes! Yes!
Alright, who said that? Who's getting muted?
That was Sean.
Apparently we've just annoyed Chrysanthemum.
Anyway, so Tosaka Rin's complaining about Assassin. We're all supposed to laugh here. Everyone laugh, please, for the author. Okay. Is that obviously we, the audience, know that Naruto isn't weak, but Rin somehow is like, oh man, boy, this assassin sure is weak. It's like, he's an assassin.
You know, by the way, I've always disliked that thing that authors always go for that. I'm just like, I always feel bad that there are dumb masters in this war. Assassin is the squishiest class, not the weakest.
No, not the weakest at all.
In fact, assassins.
Summoners are just XCOM commanders who are just terrible at the game.
Assassins are.
You know what?
Kinda,
You know what? There's our next terrible fanfiction. We'll redo XCOM 1 with the summoning system.
Wouldn't that just mean
No.
you just summon like a few heroes and then just you're done?
No, like all
at
you get
what
is a
point
bunch
in
of
time does
1-stars.
Naruto fuck Rin? Well, probably by the end of this chapter, honestly. So anyway, blah 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 blah. Rin's complaining. Blah blah blah. Oh, I'll just look at his stats. She glared at him only to find a yellow stuffed toad plushie with a note attached to it. The hell? You looked deep in thought, so I went to get something to eat. But servants don't need to eat, she exclaimed. Time skip. An hour later. An hour. Wow. So...
You sound distressed.
If you're
You
going
need a
to,
hug.
in narration, tell us how long it has been, then you don't need to add a line telling us how long it's been. Just make it a line break. Yeah, why is there a time skip when you put it into the story? Yeah, basically. Exactly, Sean. Anyway, so blah 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 blah. She was looking for him, blah blah, only to find him at a open ramen stand. You idiot! What were you thinking, running off like that? I can handle myself, don't worry. And then he continued to inhale the ramen. You might, but I might not. But hey, it's not like I left you without protection. Give me credit here. Did you place a spell on me, or was it a noble phantasm? Not R'n you exactly, but it's part of my noble phantasm, he whispered before gesturing to a tree a few meters away. As if on command, the upside-down torso of what looked like another Naruto poked out from among the tree branches, gave Rin.
Boy, you were having problems
Are
today, my
you
friend.
okay?
I might have been drinking this entire time.
Oh boy.
Add a sin for every time it says hour. Body splitting, the assassin in the previous war had that too. It'll be useful to gather information. It's cloning, actually. They are complete copies of me and can use all my abilities, but have less energy than I do and are more fragile. As for information gathering, I already have a few dozen of them running around all over the city. A few dozen. How many can you make? Well, fuck you! I don't actually have a limit other than my available energy, Naruto shrugs. With the current energy I have, I could cover the entire city with clones that would be able to fight for a few minutes before dispelling. So if one gets destroyed, you just make more? You won't lose anything? If a Kagebushin is blah 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 blah, I'm explaining Naruto to everyone who doesn't know Naruto. Blah
Yes,
blah
that's
blah. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 explaining Naruto. Blah blah blah. You stole Shinji's wallet. Oh wow, how convenient. Everyone laugh at the author's humor. Ha 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 ha.
That doesn't sound like laughter. That sounds like
Oh
mocking.
no, that's laughter. Not replaced with moth looking at lamps. Wait, what? What? I don't know why I look at my chat sometimes. They
really don't.
derail harder than I do. I'm just looking over here. I'm
What?
just like, what?
What did they do?
I'm talking about a Swedish cat meme.
What?
Yeah. Anyway.
You want to try that again?
Anyway, so blah blah blah. Oh, big reveal already. Naruto figured out Ryder is not actually Shinji's servant. Blah blah blah, it's a snake, and blah blah blah. Oh my god, it's Medusa! Well, glad we got that one out. That's so, Grail just gave me Medusa's legend. Wow, blah blah blah, not a fan of divinity. I hate gods. Wait, you killed the goddess? No, she was just an immortal that cut a limb off and it grew in moments. I sealed her away after ripping her power away from her. She got last hidden, and that's how I ended up here. So she...
What?
I know the author is implying that during the sealing of Kaguya got one last hit in and killed Naruto, but I'm also sitting here and going like...
That's not how the throne works.
That's not how the throne works at all. I understand what they're going
I would
in
say
and out.
you don't
Okay.
actually, technically speaking, have to be dead to be summoned by the throne.
No, you don't.
Yeah, like we saw that again.
You
with
just have to have a
Ringo.
legend. Anyway, which actually, now that I really think about it, like, any of the fantasy heroes would actually be really strong because they're as strong as their legend is believed. Or known, at least. And a lot more people know about, like, Naruto and Ichigo than, like, Billy the Kid and Gilgamesh.
Yeah, but then, you've got people like King Arthur, who fucking everybody knows.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, everyone in Europe, which is all the important people.
Okay, no, I mean, but, like, by that logic, like, Superman would be one of the most disgustingly powerful people to be summoned.
I mean, yes.
Summon Superman, win Gorilla War.
Yes. His
Yeah.
noble phantasm would be like saves the day or some shit.
No, his noble phantasm would just be Superman. I am Superman. The end.
Clairvoyance would be a great name too. Yeah, she's also blind and can hear.
Sorry, what is all this that we're...
Calvin suggested another name of clairvoyance.
For what?
I don't know, another name. I don't know. I have the God Slayer skill now. That reminds me, I haven't looked at your stats yet. Well, you're my master, so you should be able to see it all. I activated my master's clairvoyance and promptly tripped and fell on my face. Oh boy.
So then, wait a minute. I wonder, what would Batman's noble phantasm be?
Always prepared.
That's a
Literally,
good enough
yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Allows him to always have a counter. That
Basically.
doesn't seem balanced. I'm Batman.
No, that is the Phantasm's name.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, like that.
No,
There's
his
no other
phantasm-
choice.
His phantasm would just be, I am the knight. If they're
The
active.
Dark Knight
No,
rises.
no, Sarah. That's his secondary phantasm.
I suppose that makes sense.
See, he actually has 3. One of which is only active when he takes the mask off.
What's
That
one,
one's
money?
That one's Bruce Wayne.
Is that when he just gets hilarious amounts of money?
Yes, he just spawns money. He just spawns money in. Nothing to see
The
here,
best-
folks.
The best. In order to make sure it doesn't ruin the economy, he just like takes it from a bank or something like that.
No,
Like,
he
he
would
doesn't,
still
like-
ruin the economy.
Well, I
Anyway,
mean,
so
I'm just trying to think of like how he wouldn't.
Now,
Like,
upon Bruce Wayne coming into existence, he gains a bank account that does not affect the current economy.
yes.
Oh God.
oh my God.
I mean that way it can't be destroyed by the stock market.
Anyway, so no problem at all. Your stats are just really high, and you have so many skills and lots of noble phantasms, and you were summoned with the capabilities of a caster. Oh yeah, I got summoned by the double summon skill. What is this, Pokemon? As for having lots of tricks up my sleeves, well, I worked hard and got help from lots of people, and they all taught me their moves. And I single-handedly wiped out armies and turned the tide of a world war. Then took out a seemingly omnipotent goddess that did me a fair few favors. So I guess it added to my legend power. I see. Anyway, it's great you're so strong. I was kind of worried when I summoned an assassin, but it looks like you won't be at a disadvantage in the Grail War. Of course I'm not. I'm awesome after all. So, Mr. Awesome, how do we deal with Shinji's servant? What class is she? He called her Rider. But there's something fishy there. Yeah, I can't believe he's a master. Yeah, blah 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 blah. They're gonna take out Rider. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. No, we're not attacking the mouse. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I'll tell you the truth of why. Blah blah.
I mean,
blah.
realistically, one of the nice things about having Naruto as your shirt be you wouldn't actually ever have to like
Yeah, I
kill
know.
an enemy master either. He could just
Show me
like-
your boobs.
what?
Yes.
Why are we summoning Captain Falcon now?
Yeah. At least he explained the whole double class thing, but that's still not how the skill works.
Yeah.
What the double summon does is it doesn't make you 2 classes. It is, this is your primary class. Also, here's 1 or 2 skills from another class. It doesn't make you 2 classes. It technically makes you a class and a half.
Also, Naruto wouldn't have like 10 bajillion skills and noble phantasms.
No, he wouldn't.
He would have
He'd
chakra, which would let him do all of his chakra moves, and maybe
That would be a personal skill, yeah.
yeah, and then he would have maybe like independent action, magic resistance. I doubt it.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have magic resistance.
No, maybe like magic resistance C, because going through fireballs and all the shit that happens in Naruto. But it's
I was
just
gonna
like,
say, yeah, they do shrug off an absurd amount of nonsense.
no, this Naruto is not a Naruto, and basically this Naruto this is the super OP, oh my god, Naruto's gonna raffle stomp everyone Naruto, in which the author is going to write Naruto however they want to write Naruto, by having the classics of like, look guys, it's Naruto, cause he's eating ramen!
He's eating ramen, guys.
I can be any
Yep,
class
checks
because
out.
this
Totally
fanfic is
Naruto.
canon by the rules of fate first. Yes, indeed.
No, this fanfiction is still fanfiction, but anything
So is it
officially
dead
recognized...
Naruto pool? Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But, like... by the rules of fate, anything officially licensed is canon, whether you like it or not. That's how multiple timelines work, unfortunately.
By the rules of Dota 2, all Dota 2 games are canon.
Well, isn't that supposed to be like it's an endless cycle or some shit? now?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's been that way for a long damn time.
Fitting that a Darkest Dungeon was a Darkest Dungeon announcer was added now.
Oh, good.
How
Good,
fucking fitting.
Why?
Because
that man has
Why,
an amazing
though?
voice.
Because look, the Darkest Dungeon announcer has an amazing fucking voice.
Anyway, so, blah, 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 blah. Big reveal. Oh, Sakura's my sister. We have to save her. I'm gonna go kill all the things. Do you think I give a flying fuck about who supports the Bateaus at this clock tower place you care about? No, I do not. I'm going to follow my morals and save the people and end the people that I want to end. End of discussion. Naruto was not happy. He was planning to capture Sakura.
Okay, look, I want to point out, Naruto, I'm gonna end whoever I want to end. Naruto really doesn't kill a lot of people.
No, he doesn't. In fact,
Like, I think he has the lowest body count of anyone in the show besides, like, Sakura.
No, I don't know. Maybe Sakura's killed some people healing them.
I mean, deaths that we know are confirmed.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Nexus has a good point. Naruto converts more people than he kills.
yes, he does.
And sometimes he even kills the people he converts.
I mean, realistically, he's essentially a Fire Emblem protagonist.
I have beaten you up. Now be my friend. I mean, alright.
Alright, cool.
So
You're not gonna murder me? No, of course not.
Why would I murder you? I need your stats.
Sakura killed Sasori, so technically it's a kill assist.
Kill assist.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Naruto has a really low body count.
That's a fanfiction, Devil Spidey.
yeah.
I mean, hey, Calvin, that's how I made my friends in middle school. Some people tried to kill me, so I kicked the shit out of them, and I said, "You're my friend now," and they said, "Okay."
I'm fairly certain that's not how that works.
I mean, you can all
No,
ask
it
Combat
really is.
Crazy. He was part of the group that tried to kill me.
Hooray for being the unpopular kid in school, Sneaky.
I
Apparently.
hated that fucking joke.
What joke?
Oh boy.
You hit them until they said, "Yeah, okay." No, I broke one of their arms and said, "You're fucking next," and they all backed off. And then, like, a week later, when we were serving detention together, we became friends.
I guess you ain't such a bitch after all.
Only without non-lethal death beams. Dude, the only kind of death beams you should ever have are lethal death beams. Because, you know, people
What are
die
you
when
do-
they're killed.
What are you doing with your life that you don't have lethal death beams?
And dodge! And dodge!
What?
The boss, when he did Soul Street.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. First time finding that boss, he used that. It's like, I'll just roll out of the way. Oh god, it follows. Thankfully, I play big boy builds.
Atin didn't. Atin got annihilated.
I melted. Although, remember, Sneaky, the first time you saw the advanced version of Lightning Stake?
No, that was you!
Missed. Oh no!
No, dude, that was you. You're the melee guy.
No, but you, because I remember, because I was like, no, because I remember, because he'd knocked. No, I'd run off to heal because I needed to heal because I had to Estus, so I'd run away. So he went for you, and he tried to lightning stake you. Only it wasn't lightning stake; it was whatever his bullshit version of lightning stake is that summons a jillion bolts of lightning.
That was another time, but yes, that both those times did happen.
No, that was a miracle that you could get though.
Yeah, lightning storm or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. Bullshit version of lightning stake my ass. That miracle was amazing.
Look me
No,
in the
Max,
eye
I
and
didn't
tell me
mean
that
bullshit in a
Noah
bad
has
way.
known me for decades. Well, fuck Noah. Anyway, so blah blah blah, blowing up the buildings, blah 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 blah, nice weather. Yep, sure, gah! Lancer realized when Naruto suddenly materialized next to him, grabbing his face and threw it down from the top of the school building. My clone will give you a lift, he shouted. Oh, the Kagebushin next to me. Down below. Lancer was looking at Naruto with annoyance and interest. So, if that overcompensating spear is anything to go by, you're the Lancer of this Grill War. Why, you got a mouth on you, kid.
This is
Why is Lancer
Naruto.
doing cliche prisoner lines? Yeah,
This
it's
is
my
not
Calvin.
Naruto. At all.
Don't talk shit about Gundam Girl Nahoa.
Wait, what?
Wait, who's talking shit about Gundam Girls? Because I want to know.
No, I
Wait,
said
what
Nahoa
Gundam
can
girl?
fuck off.
Who could fuck off? Oh, Nanoha?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm so confused. I'm looking at chat. Where did Gundam come into it?
Nexus.
The final version of Lyrical Girl Nanoha, just straight up looks like New Gundam.
Oh, good.
She looks like she's just a human
Oh.
version of New Gundam.
Makes sense.
Or not even, sorry, High New Gundam. She looks like the human version of High New.
Anyway, so,
Hi, New.
what kind
The
of
best-
assassin wears orange? The awesome kind that can blend in while wearing anything. Now prepare to witness my hidden power. Noble phantasm already? The Lancer tensed and then blinked in shock when something grabbed hold of his legs and pulled him down into the ground. Next to him, another blonde assassin phased out of the ground with a satisfied grin. You sneaky bastard, Lancer sounded, grudgingly impressed. Blah blah blah, gonna stab Lancer in the temple, and then suddenly the ground exploded. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah. Teenager around Rin's age turned and ran. Oh boy, it's Shiro! Yay! Shiro still saw this fight because I don't. Well, that's railroading, says the author as he absolutely railroads everything.
Okay.
Anyway, blah blah blah. Don't let Lancer kill that guy. Ran, I found him, but he's dead! I can heal him. Don't waste your jewel on him. What? Oh, that's right, you're a caster. Kapoof. Now he's healed. Nothing. Blah blah blah. I'm just wondering if you're gonna follow those rules. No, I'm not. Time skip later. Master, something just occurred to me. Did you figure out something about Lancer's identity? No, but it's about him. He tried to kill the guy for witnessing the Grail War. Won't he do it again when he finds out he survived? Why would Lancer find out he survived? That's something I never quite got, is like, he gets revived by Rin, and then he goes home, and then Lancer's like, "Sup, bitch? Somehow I figured out you were still alive, so I'm here to kill you again."
It's probably explained in something, actually.
Oh, I'm sure it is explained somewhere.
Hell, it actually could be something as simple as, like, Kodomine was just like, yo, keep an eye, make sure he stays dead.
Shiro has a tendency to
they
not
live in
die when he's
Magic
killed.
Land.
Emiya-kun, Mai, it seems like your sister is also not the only one fond of him. Shut up and pick up the pace. Oh wow, Rin's actually attracted to Shiro still instead of Naruto. Now the only way to save Naruto's inevitable harem is clearly for Shiro to poof into a girl. Otherwise, it looks like Naruto's harem's gonna get sucked up by the main character again. Can you imagine published novels using a line called time skip?
I mean, they have.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's at least one or two out there that do that. Sneaky, he has an app.
What?
Who has an
Who
app?
has a what? Who has an app?
Yeah, who has an app?
The
I'm
author?
I'm confused. Who has apps? Do I have an app?
It can't be me. I don't have an app.
A time skip app?
What?
What?
The f-
What's he?
What is our chat talking about?
A very good question. I don't know.
Obviously, in referring to someone else with an endearing suffix is a declaration of love. Oh, I mean, duh, it's fanfiction. Ruby looked at that couch lovingly. Gotta ship it. That's the Ruby community in a nutshell. What about the Lancer servant has an app that what? Keeps track of the people he failed to kill?
Why does Koo have an app? Is it an alarm clock app?
Maybe.
I
I
might
don't
be
know
willing
what's
to download
happening.
that though. Like Koo is one of the coolest motherfuckers.
I'd be
And
willing
all
to
of
get that
fate.
app.
Anyway, so blah blah blah. Emi Ashiro point of view.
All you say is that he has an app. You're not telling us what the app is.
Blah 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 blah. Lancer tried to kill him again, and then Saber showed up. Corpse tracking GPS. Yes, exactly, Nexus. It's a corpse tracking GPS.
You just get an alert. Hey, so your recent corpse just started moving.
And this is
Like-
why I pay $9.99 a month for this. Welcome to my world, Sneaky. I'm always confused. Hi, confused. I'm dad.
No, God, no. You should never be a parent.
No, I really shouldn't.
We've established this.
Anyway, so, blah blah blah. He summoned Saber, and she's blonde, and blah blah blah. And blah blah blah. Oh, then Naruto shows up and holds onto Excalibur without any difficulty at all, while Saber is struggling to even retrieve her weapon from him.
Of course.
And I mean, honestly, to be fair, that is realistic. He punched a continent-sized meteor.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure at that point you're like not overpowering him in strength.
You know, I just realized I kind of feel bad for Ren now.
Why? He has Nora.
Because she still technically wasted a jewel. In the original, when Shiro was killed, he still had Avalon in him, and it did still work even without Saber being present.
Yes.
He would have. He should have, in theory, woken up the next day, or probably in the morgue the next evening.
Wow, I actually would like to see a one-shot about that, where it's like everyone thinks he's dead, so they put him into a morgue, and he wakes up the next day because Avalon healed him. And, like, no one tries to kill him again because they're like, he went to the morgue, he's dead, he ain't coming back, don't gotta worry about him anymore. And
Yeah,
the whole
like,
Grail War just
somehow-
continues on without him.
Yeah, like
He did.
somehow Archer decided, no, I'm not chasing Lancer. Rin, you're not wasting a jewel on this fuck. Let's go.
Well, no, I mean, you could. I mean, he, relatively speaking, he came kind of close to losing to Lancer. He could just be like, nah, this is too strong.
Nah,
I'm
Nexus,
not
takes
fighting
time.
him. We're out.
Yeah, it's like it's just like Rin, he's leaving, he's retreating. We're doing
No,
the same.
Nexus, because it would be clearly a murder because there'd be a stab wound. That body would not be drained. Probably it would take at least a week. They would put it in a freezer so it doesn't rot too much, but they still have to do autopsy reports on it. Yeah, they gotta
Oh yeah,
do.
especially because if it's a John Doe murder in
Yeah.
the middle of a school, that body's not going anywhere for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, this may surprise you. morgues are really fucking busy.
This may surprise you, but places where people who are dead are stored are busy.
Especially in this universe, apparently.
I mean, the morgues in the Fate verse are kind of a little bit different sort of busy, because sometimes the bodies get back up and start trying to drink your blood, but, you know.
We don't tend to talk about that.
We don't talk about the zombie laws. Anyway, so Rin shows up. Hi, Shiro, can you invite us in? Congratulations on summoning Saber. Master their enemies. Put a lid on it. If we wanted the kid dead, I just stabbed him in school. You're the ones that saved me. Yep, gorged out hearts don't heal on their own, you know. Naruto
Pretty sure
remarked
that's-
dryly.
I think that's supposed to be gouged out. And Naruto, you're one to talk.
Actually,
No,
that makes a very good point there.
Sasuke is one to talk. Naruto didn't have his heart killed. He just had his soul ripped out. Big difference.
Actually, if this is Naruto at his strongest, he probably should have been able to sense that Shiro would have been fine.
Yeah, but that would
Author
ruin the
missed an
obvious
amazing-
plot.
Author missed an amazing chance. Be like, don't bother, Rin. Why not? He'll be fine. He'll wake up in the morning. Let's just go. He's bleeding on the floor.
Just trust me, it'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll see him tomorrow. Let's go.
He'll be fine.
You missed a fantastic chance.
The author isn't smart enough to do that. Yeah, that's true enough.
Most people aren't smart enough because it's not something you think about. A lot of people
If
just
you indeed
ignore.
saved my master, I will
forgot it.
postpone our
They just
battle.
forgot about
15 minutes later, blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Fate stay night. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Literally nothing changes. Some really shit wit dialogue. Blah 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 blah. I can tell the wind around your sword makes your sword invisible. Can't you, I don't know, expand it to cover your whole body so you don't have to wear that thing? Saber paused mid-step as she considered it. Maybe I will refrain from doing so. It will place a greater strain on my master's prana reserves, which I'd rather not do so early in the war, she concluded. Fair enough, the male blonde shrugged. I mean, I'm glad he at least, talked about that point. So, I mean, -1 sin to the author. Plus...
What? -1 sin for what?
No. For actually bringing up the whole invisible air spell that Saber can do, and why she didn't use that to cover herself up.
I think that actually is limited for some reason.
Yeah, and probably. I wouldn't be surprised. But anyway,
Yeah,
keep
but
going.
this is also a perfectly fine explanation, specifically for Shiro.
So blah 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 blah. Naruto knew Kotomine was evil because Naruto's evil sensing skill let him feel the evil.
What is he, a
Something wrong,
paladin now?
assassin? Actually, yes. I don't know. You tell me. Why do you have command spells? Oh, you mean these? No worry, these are inactive command spells. Blah 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 blah. I say, for a second there, I thought you
never
might have
mind.
servants. Nope, I'm a
was
church
wrong.
supervisor.
Really?
Naruto did not miss how the man spewed lie after lie, but said nothing. I want you two to stay away from Kotomine. What do you mean? The man is evil. I've met the incarnation of hatred itself in my time. I did not fear nearly as foul as that man. More than that, he's lying through his teeth about being a neutral party and about having a servant. Are you certain? Totally. I have a skill that lets me know this. This is troubling, Saber frowned. Now, blah 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 blah, bunch of command spells, blah blah blah, he has experience, blah blah blah, what is his servant? Hopefully it's Lancer. Why is that? And are you sure Eisenburn summoned Berserker? Yeah, I saw a cute little girl that matches what you describe as the Eisenburn homunculus talking to an astralized Berserker. Oh, you can just see the astralized Berserker, okay. That's for
Seems
Caster
good.
and Archer. They are working together based up at the temple. Thank you for your compliment, assassin. Blah blah. Hello,
Bless you.
Oni-chan. Nice to meet you. My name is Ilya. Okay, so start off with this story was mostly boring. Really had no redeeming features. The Naruto is out of character. Majority of the plot is ripped straight out of Fate Stay Night with not even a single fucking thing changed. Literally, the entire first episode of Fate Stay Night has now occurred. Nothing has changed. The only thing that is different between this story and Fate Stay Night is that they replaced the sarcastic asshole from the future with a sarcastic asshole from a possible past.
And that sarcastic asshole is not how that person usually is.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that.
How could we ever forget that?
If he can smell evil, why wouldn't he smell Gil or the corpses of the children underneath the church? Well, you see, Nexus, there's a really good explanation.
What was that last part?
Oh, Gilgamesh is feeding off of the suffering of dying orphans underneath the church.
What?
How did I miss that?
What the fuck?
No, I think corpses were from Fates.
No, Nexus is confusing the Fate Zero where the evil Cthulhu monster is summoned by the corpses.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think that
however, it is canon that Gilgamesh survived from Fate Zero to Fate Stay Night by drinking in the mana produced from the suffering of orphans underneath the church.
Wait a minute, no, I thought he survived because the Grail just gave him a shit.
Nope, he ate the mana of suffering orphans.
No, I'm pretty sure you're wrong on this again, and you're, as always, full of shit. I'll go figure it out. Again.
Yeah?
No, I don't want his rather heart-tearing friendship with Enkidu. What the fucking Grail war in the time between? God damn it.
Let's see what kind of results I get from here.
Gilgamesh and orphans. Oh god, you should have. Really
Here we
go.
Okay, here we go. Initially, it stated that servants are kept in the world by Holy Grail, blah blah blah, mana supply, blah blah blah. Holy Grail is still around. Ah, yes. And Kotamine kept orphans from the fire under the church and used them as a mana source for Gilgamesh.
Can you shoot me a link to that?
Sure.
No, because that sounds like a forum thing.
It is a forum thing.
Oh god.
Yeah, and he even has links for it. His proximity, blah blah blah. He has a physical body because he has been incarnated into the world, and because he wants to blah blah blah. Kotamine, blah blah blah. And Kotamine provided him with the drained energy from children orphaned by the fire to sustain himself. Yeah. So, from this Wikia entry, it appears. Early years friendship.
Oh, they couldn't even fucking stamp the proper part.
Fine. You know, I'm just do find or fan. Or fan. Yeah, here we go. It's right here in the wiki. Bing a boom boom. Orphans under the church being eaten.
He accepts energy supplied by Kirei from a number of orphans. He claims that the act was unnecessary. Then why did you accept it?
Because he's Gilgamesh.
I would say because he's a king, and of course, the king will accept all gifts given by loyal servants.
Exactly.
Or some bullshit like that, Max.
Anyway, now that we've
this is
established
also
that
Gilgamesh has been corrupted by the corrupt Grail.
God damn it, Gorfin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that we've
Don't
established
forget,
that
he went from
Gilgamesh
being
eats
chaotic
orphans.
neutral to chaotic evil.
I know.
This is the next story we're covering, posted by C8. This is
But
called.
yeah, Max, that's the thing. Chaotic neutral Gilgamesh still would have taken it because he's like, I don't need it, but I'm not gonna say no to it.
I don't think he would have. Like, I really
Tribute
don't
is
think he
tribute.
would have.
Free power is free power.
I
He doesn't care where it's coming from.
no, like, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't accept that. I think he would have said, nah, that's beneath me. I'm not sure if you're aware of this. He was very much like, I'm taking shit from you unless it's good.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, mana's still mana. Like,
Atin, have you seen Fate Zero? The drinking scene sums up Gilgamesh very well as chaotic neutral.
I'm aware of that, but that's what I'm
Your
saying. Like,
shit's not good
as far
enough.
as I know. Yeah, but he still accept. Okay, but then why on earth would he accept mana from his master in the first place?
I don't think he. I don't think he did actually. I'm not. It's never made clear to me, at least. I have to rewatch it all, which I should
thought he
because
did.
it's super good.
So that's the assumption I'm operating under. That he did accept mana. In which chaotic, he wouldn't care where it came from.
Except he doesn't. Okay, the issue is he didn't need it for those 10 years. That's the problem. Whatever the girl did to him, he didn't actually need that. Sneaky, you gonna start, like, you gonna stop the derail, or can this just keep going?
I mean, it's completely relevant to the story, so...
Yeah. Like, here's the problem. By his own admission, and according to the wiki, he says it was completely unnecessary. Whatever the girl did to him, it fucked up how he worked fundamentally as a servant. He wouldn't theoretically need that energy anyways. He himself said as much. And after the Grail did whatever it did to him, it took him from being chaotic neutral to chaotic evil to the point of, like, I'll just destroy all of humanity for some bullshit altruistic reason.
Yes.
Whereas chaotic neutral Gilgamesh was very much a, nah, I'm not taking your shit. I got better shit right here.
Well, yeah, but here's the
Hell,
in
due to his
insofar
he
as
has
know,
no
the
no. Except here's the problem, Adam. His independent action is an A+.
Yeah.
He doesn't need mana from anyone. That is the problem. At an A+, you don't actually need a master. You are pretty much self-sufficient. Independent action A is like, oh, I can last like a week. Independent action A+, what the fuck you even here for?
Independent action A+?
A+ is literally indefinite.
Well, basically, yeah.
Pretty much, yes.
Independent action A+ is the servant feels no strain when using their own mana to cast their noble phantasms.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it's the servant can cooperate without a master. With a rank of A+, the supportive master is unnecessary even while unleashing large amounts of magical energy.
Yeah.
It is Gilgamesh stuck around and stayed with his master because it wasn't time for his grand entrance yet.
Alright,
That
so,
is the only reason he stuck around the Tosaka Manor.
Guys, fate is convoluted as shit. Yeah, we know, tension.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so, like I said, this is Death's Champion. By Big Fan 22. Harry Potter has fulfilled his destiny, but it will cost everything he held dear to him. As Death's Champion, he's being asked to do it all over again. So, time travel, okay. And this time, he'll get the chance to have the family he always wanted. Will Harry once again emerge victorious, or will his friends and family pay the price for his failure? Alive, James and Lily. Super Harry versus Super Voldemort. Harry Daphne of fucking course.
What is this fucking Dragon Ball Z now?
Yeah, this is the exact thing I always complain about. It's like, oh, Harry has a laser sword, so now Voldemort needs a Death Star. I remember reading this and thinking it was good, but that was like the 4th fic I ever read. Well, I mean, we all are embarrassed about what we read in the past.
That's why we don't talk about it that much.
A rating M for violence, profanity, torture, and lemons. Now, I would little story before we begin. So I was listening to the radio today, well, yesterday too, but there is a song that I have on my iPod. Well, not iPod, Google Play. And it has some words in it, and on the radio they bleep them out. Now you might be going, well, of course they bleeped them out if it's the words I'm thinking about, but it's not the words you're thinking about. They bleeped out the word damn.
It's still a curse, Sneaky.
They bleeped damn, Atin. And drunk. They bleeped drunk.
Okay, drunk I disagree, but here's the thing. Damn is...
I didn't realize we're in the 1820s with the Puritans are back in control.
Aren't they always in control?
Super Voldemort is the legendary Super Aryan. I've read quite a few Harry Potter fics on this website, and this story just popped into my head. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy it. The first 2 chapters just explain what happened. Everything actually picks up with chapter 3. How to not write a story 101. Fucking this. If everyone else likes the idea, they can use it too, but let me know so I can read what you came up with. I just want to warn everyone that from the get-go, this is Super Harry versus Super Voldemort. That means both of them will be seriously OP. There will be many cliches in this story. With over 700,000 HP fics on this website, sadly most stories will contain some cliches. It's my hope that I will be able to provide a new twist to these commonly used ideas. Well, I will give the author credit for acknowledging that's what you're supposed to do with cliches. You're supposed to take the cliches because sometimes you just can't avoid them. And you're supposed to do something else with them.
Yep.
Question, does the author do anything else with them? No.
No, we don't know that yet. So...
Well, we can just assume they won't because we're all jaded assholes.
And
except for you, Max.
No, 3 of you are jaded assholes.
Why?
I'm just here.
Why is
That's
that?
why
I
I
would say
said
Max
except
is
for
just
you, Max.
jaded.
That's why I said except for Max.
Okay, so, of course, 4,000 people liked this story. Because, again, of course, against all logic, what makes a good story is obviously not followed, and therefore shit tons of people enjoy it. So we got Super Harry, Super Voldemort, which I guess I would accept maybe Super Harry in this instance, because it's supposed to be him getting superpowers in terms of being Death's champion, and then for some reason being sent back in time to stop all the bad things from happening, question mark. That's really stretching my suspension of disbelief for even a Harry Potter verse. But, fine, I'll buy it. But now you're like, oh, but Voldemort is also a champion of hyperdeath. Or some shit.
Hyper...
What is this, fucking Undertale?
No, it's Family Guy.
That's even worse.
It is significantly worse.
Voldemort is God's champion.
Let's not go sprouting heresy.
Oh.
It sounds like the Cursed Child. Yeah, well, Cursed Child was a fanfiction, right?
We do, unfortunately.
Like, Cursed Child is actually a fanfiction that got published, and then popular, and then someone actually published it. This is so painful for me. Mass Effect Andromeda was a fanfiction. Cursed Child was a fanfiction. Frickin' 50 Shades of Grey was a fanfiction. These are the representations to the world of what fanfiction is. Successful fanfiction. It's so painful. It hurts so much.
We understand that it hurts.
"18-year-old Harry James Potter sat patiently in front of his simmering potion, waiting to add the next batch of ingredients. As his eyes continued to look down upon the mixture in the black cauldron in front of him, his mind began to wander as he thought about his past." Oh yes, because whenever I'm cooking, I just look deep into the pot and go, "Oh yes, I remember when I was 5 and how my dad beat me for breathing too loud."
It's very specific.
Yeah.
Unlike most children, Harry only knew peace for a short period of time. After the death of his loving
Is
parents...
the Edge banner still going, by the way?
Oh, because this is still fucking edgy?
Just making sure.
The next 10 years of life was, he was trying to survive, and blah blah blah, his family hated him.
Yes. Yes, Harry was in the fucking Hunger Games for 10 years, boys.
Yes, and then he got beaten and raped every single day.
God, why do you always jump to that? Please stop jumping to that.
That's what the author is basically talking about here. From the time he was 5, he was expected to cook for his family, clean up for his family, garden for his family, and do all the work his aunt should be doing instead. In return
Mom, I don't
for his
want to
efforts,
do my chores.
in return for his efforts, being the family's slave, he was lucky to be in a cupboard underneath the stairs and eat the scraps of his fat family's meals to quench his hunger. Blah blah blah, he was blah 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 blah, waste of oxygen, freak, he's suffering through the physical abuse from his uncle, and blah blah blah, prison and going to school, and blah blah blah, he got good grades and then got beaten by his uncle.
You ever think these fanfiction writers ever want to go to a therapist?
The beating that followed, with the yelling, was easily one of the worst he had ever suffered at the hands of his overweight guardian. To this day, his back bore the scars from the whipping he received. Once his beating was complete...
What? He was whipped?
Yeah! That's what you do with kids that get good grades, right? You whip them.
What fucking fairy tale land have you entered where you're a victim like this? Jesus.
Alright, so we've already got the overly abusive Dursleys. How are you going to make this cliche good?
Once
I'm
his beating
already
was
annoyed.
complete,
Are we
he
gonna
would be...
find out that Harry was like dealing cocaine to the other school
Yes.
kids, and that's why he got beat?
He was tossed into his tiny room and cried as the pain of 2 broken ribs and a dislocated shoulder and a back that was torn apart by the merciless strokes of his uncle's whip. If he could trace back to the moment he stopped caring about the Dursley
Wait, it's not
family.
even a belt. They're just saying that Vernon Dursley has a whip.
No, they're saying it's a belt, but he used it as a whip. Yeah, look, if the kid's back is mercilessly torn apart, he got whipped.
Yeah, and probably with the buckle part of the belt.
Yeah. We all know Harry's backstory. The author could have skipped this, or more elegantly integrated it into the story. Well,
no,
see,
See,
Bird.
they have to make it clear to you just how bad a people.
Yeah, they have to make it clear just how abused Harry is, and that's why he's completely different.
Yes, clearly.
My Harry is different from that Harry.
My Harry is better than your Harry.
Look, Tenshin, I actually have a secret for you. Just read the Iron Heart comics as if Riri was the villain. Mind blown.
Nani?
Here's the thing. Here's a better suggestion. Just don't read them.
Or that too. Blah 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 blah, with his intentions regarding his relatives firmly implanted in his young mind, Harry continued to be their slave. Over the next 6 years, he tried to stay out of trouble. And blah blah blah, he continued to learn in secret, while making sure to act the idiot so people wouldn't get suspicious. When Harry had knowledge, he was a sponge. Blah blah blah.
What kind of
Harry
sponge?
locked himself away in the school
One that
library
lives under the sea.
to avoid.
You know, I was
his
not
uncle.
going to make the joke, but you sort of just made it, so thank you.
Blah blah blah. Self-educated. He was extremely learning, and then he learned harder, and then he learned super hard and went to the public library to learn more. And then when his 11th birthday came around, Harry was actually several terms into high school level subjects.
Oh, yep. Just did that by myself. I did.
At 11.
I see nothing
Yeah,
wrong.
as 11-year-olds are wont to do.
Okay. And escaped from hell once he was of legal age, so he did everything to make his future better. And then blah blah blah, and then an owl showed up to tell him magic was real. He was a wizard. Unfortunately, Uncle Vernon saw the letter. At first, Harry thought his chance to learn magic was lost to him, but then a bunch of letters came, and then they ran away for the rest of the summer. And that's when Hagrid made it into his life. And Hagrid kicked down the door and shot Vernon in the face. I'm just kidding, he didn't do that.
That would
Hey,
have been
that makes
way more
I would have liked that.
entertaining.
Hey, let's have Hagrid have a double-barreled fucking shotgun in his umbrella, because why not at this point?
Kicks down the door,
Hagrid is now
shoots
the penguin.
Vernon in the face. Knock, knock. Would you like to buy a copy of Skyrim?
Oh, God. No, God, Howard!
Okay, so what you're telling me is that he's part-timing as the Punisher's sidekick and getting a little advertising gig on the side.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Anyway, so blah 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 blah. The half-giant had a red beard.
What? Did you say red beard?
I don't know what he said.
Red beard!
Keep
Red
saying red
beard!
beard.
Red beard!
He's drinking
Rubius
too much.
Hagrid had a
Max, we
red
should call the police.
beard. Does that look red to you, sir?
Apparently,
Does
we're
this
in the opposite.
beard look red?
Hey, hang on a second. That... No. No. Red beard. I've only read the books and I know that he's not supposed to have a red beard. I've only read
He doesn't
the
have
first...
any red hair, period.
I've only read the first book and a half, actually. What the fuck?
No one blames you for not reading more.
You know
I
what?
just can't do it, yo.
I think we can actually see J.K. Rowling's British racism coming to fore in the Harry Potter series, because the only Irishman is a guy obsessed with making alcohol, constantly exploding things.
What?
He's also completely useless with technology.
So, J.K. Rowling's British.
Uh-huh.
And Seamus is Irish. Or Scottish.
Wait,
Yeah, Irish.
wait. There's an Irish guy named Seamus
Who
that makes
constantly
alcohol.
who's spent his entire 7 years at Hogwarts attempting to make alcohol, and all of his spells explode. J.K. Rowling being a British racist.
Uh,
Yes. This is 100% factual. Let's
Please
keep
don't
going.
make claims that can get us sued, you idiot.
She can't sue me.
Famous last words, Sneaky.
What are you gonna do? Stab me? New Jersey stab victim.
Man been stabbed.
No, my favorite part about that is quote from New Jersey stab victim. What are you gonna do? Stab me? Yes. Actually. Blah 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 blah. Memorized by Harry was utterly memorized by the size of that lad.
You mean mesmerized?
Yes. I mean, I was just fucking with the author's words, but yeah.
Stop doing that.
No. Look, the
Yes.
author passed up a perfectly good chance to make a size of that lad joke. I'm making it for them.
Stop it. Stop trying to improve their work.
their
Conversely,
work-
stop trying to ruin the work of people who actually do good jobs.
No. You can't make me. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Haragon Alley. Diagon
Haragon.
Alley and heralded his return to the Wizarding World. Blah blah blah. Parents' death. Dark Lord. Blah 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 blah. And blah 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 blah. Summarizing the Harry Potter stories. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Literally summarizing the Harry Potter stories. Okay, yep. Still summarizing it. 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 Yeah. Wow. This is how I want to start a story. Like this is the kind of story I definitely want to sit down for. If I opened up a story and it turns out the first 2 chapters were literally just the author summarizing Harry Potter for me, except making it worse.
Yeah, that's some talent.
Also, Nexus, you can't forget about the time that J.K. Rowling changed the only black girl to a white woman. When she actually had lines in the movie.
What?
Yeah, there was this girl in Harry's peer group, named something Black, and she was black. And, in the 5th movie, when that girl had 2 lines, she was played by a white girl from that on. For the rest of the series.
I see.
Yeah. And by the way, that was J.K. Rowling's personal choice. So,
That is to say, no one made her do it.
yeah, that is to say, J.K. Rowling made that choice fully under her own power. Anyway, so, she is still blah blah blah, nothing's changed, nothing's changed, nothing's changed. He was still in Gryffindor, because he tricked the hat into putting him in Gryffindor again, or something, I don't know, I don't care.
I'm not sure how you trick a hat, but okay.
Blah blah blah, saved from his own brush of death by Dumbledore's Phoenix, blah 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 blah. Blah blah, nothing's changed, nothing's changed, nothing's changed. So, literally, the author was like, Harry Potter is obsessed with knowledge and got real super smart and is doing advanced high school classes.
But somehow.
But
didn't
literally,
end up.
the entirety of Harry Potter still happened. You know, I never read a good Naruto Harry Potter cross with Naruto as the main character. I can think of like 2 that were written by Mrs. Insane One, and there was a gender-swapped Harry Potter who was originally a guy, but because he's in the Narutoverse now, she's female. And they look, don't get me wrong, they were like well written and had an actual interesting plot to them. I just didn't keep reading because I was just sitting there going, "What the fuck?" the whole time.
I mean, that's how it usually goes. I try to.
If that's your thing, then there you go. He defense of the author said secondary school, not high school. It was in secondary high school. I don't know how the British terms work because only fucking Britain uses them. A school that is in the intermediate level between elementary school and college. That's high school. Yeah. But these can be separated into the middle and upper high school system in America. Yeah, so I'm not wrong. He said several terms into secondary school, which means he was beginning high school content at age 11.
And you're trying to tell me he didn't end up in Ravenclaw.
Months into the 6th grade education, basically. At age 11, where was I at age 11? Let's see. Let's see. Age 11. So I was in 4th grade. 3rd grade. No. Yeah. Age 11. I had just turned 11. I'd be in 5th grade. Alright, so... a couple terms into that secondary school. I don't know when... Yeah, 5th grade would be middle school. So a couple terms would... How much is a couple? How much is a couple? Let's see if we got some definitions going on here. Okay, so a couple is around 2. So 2 terms in. Alright, so what? That's around the beginning of 6th grade? Yeah, you're right. Oh. I don't know, man. I don't know. The way the author, like, I understand it now, but the way the author is phrasing it, it makes it seem like he doesn't think Harry Potter is already in secondary school. Otherwise, he would have just said a grade or 2 ahead. You know what I mean?
Kind of?
Okay.
What do you want from me?
Answers, damn it.
I want answers!
Look,
I want the truth.
Look, get mad at Max. He sent me a shiny Gunpla.
Okay, but my point
you
though,
a
C8,
webpage, not an actual
my
one.
point
Don't
though,
read
C8,
something.
is that the author is the way the author phrased the sentence, it makes it seem like he's not already in secondary school, and him being a couple terms into the secondary school in terms of education should be somehow impressive. If by our calculations is correct, Harry should be in 5th grade, which in America is middle school, which in secondary school, primary school terms, is secondary school. Then him being a couple terms into secondary school with his education from reading ahead so much and learning so much isn't actually that impressive. That's like saying, oh yeah, he's a grade ahead. That's not actually that impressive. And look, I'm not gonna keep arguing this. I'm just saying the author's wrong. If the author, 5th grade is secondary school, mate. Look, I went to several different elementary schools. 4th grade is where they all stopped. 5th grade is where middle school started in New Jersey, at least then. Middle school is secondary school.
I would say it started in 6th grade here in Illinois, but yeah.
But so still, he's still saying, then what? Harry's at a 7th grade level? Okay,
Yeah.
that's a little bit more impressive. But it's still like, it's still not that impressive. Like, the author's trying to make it sound way more impressive than what it actually is when the math comes out of it. The fucking kind of school do you go to? The American public school system.
Yeah, what's so weird about that?
Yeah, tension, yeah. I'm not crazy.
Americans?
Herk America. Yeah, all I'm saying is this author is either not understanding of his own educational levels, or the author is vastly underestimating how impressive it is to be a grade ahead. It's really not.
Yeah, in all truth, people don't usually care. It's when it's like, how many grades you skipped to get here? Because you seem kind of young. Oh, I skipped like 4 grades.
It's like, oh, what the
Oh,
hell?
That's why
that's
you seem-
impressive, yeah.
That's why you're so short. Okay.
And so immature.
Yeah,
And
but...
also a cunt.
Yeah, so... I mean, I knew a girl who skipped ahead, and she wasn't actually that smart. She just, passed the test for skipping ahead. Yeah, the American education system in a nutshell. I did this when I was in this grade, but then it changed, and they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
Anyway, so canon.
math. Why would they change math?
Canon.
Calm down there, Mr. Incredible.
Canon. But the proofs, Atin! You have to show the proofs!
I don't have to show shit, because I don't have to take math anymore.
Additional proofs needed.
Not enough proofs. Build additional proofs.
Oh, please God, no.
Proofs.
Look, proofs. Star. Yeah. Star. Dude, proofs were my bane. Because I could do a shit ton of math in my head, and the teacher's like, no, you have to show it. I'm just like, I don't know how. I just did it.
I think one of my favorite things was, I forget what I think this was in like, we were doing long division. And
I
on an
hate
entire
long
test-
division.
No. It was a test, and we were doing long division, and I consistently did all of my math wrong, but repeatedly came up with the right answer.
Yes.
And here's the thing. They would have accused me with cheating, except we were in a class of 6 people.
I actually got
We were all
accused of cheating.
stupid.
I actually got accused of cheating one time on my math test because my teacher thought, like, I don't know, but I got called in with both my teacher and my mother, right? Because my mother also thought I was cheating. Because, my mother's like the exemplary, mother who just believes every negative thing about her son.
We get it. You don't like your mom, we know.
Yeah. And so they sat down and gave me like this verbal test because I told them I just did it all in my head, and they were just like, "Oh, well, then what's this?" And like they just read off this long sheet of math, and I'm just answering the questions like, "Oh, I guess you did do it in your head. It's like,
I would say, see, mine's much less impressive. Like I said, the only reason I didn't get accused of cheating was because there were 6 people, and the teacher was in the room the whole time. So either I was the world's greatest cheater, or I didn't cheat. And I'd never cheated
my
before, so-
coworker is going back to college, and he had to do these proofs for long division of conversion. So like meters to cubic inches, and like she provides a list of conversions you have to use, and you have to do it with long division style though. So it's like 3 meters over 1 divided by times 1 meter equals blank number, and then you cancel out through the cross division, and it's just like, can't you
But
just
why?
do 3 times 27 divided by 9? No, I have to show it all. It's like, why? Why?
Because fuck you.
No, Tenching, my mother's just special in that she doesn't know how to be a parent. She's a fucking awful person who tries to supplement being a terrible parent with money. But anyway, moving on to this edgy shit. So, champions, blah blah blah, we're at year 4, and then blah 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 blah. We're still summarizing Harry Potter, still summarizing Harry Potter, still summarizing Harry Potter.
Oh, look, Sneaky, the chat is mad that we still use the Imperial system.
Hey man, the Imperial system is
Fucking
great for
European.
absolutely nothing, but you can be sure as hell everyone's going to be using inches to describe how high they are.
Did you just... Can you repeat that?
I think he had a stroke.
I said everyone's going to be using inches to describe how high they are, and then I laughed.
I'm fairly certain he had a stroke, Max.
Fuck you.
Yep.
Right, so anyway, so yeah, great, wonderful. So, that was a summary. After the summer and the blah 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 blah. Summarize. Oh, and then, oh, here we go, some original content finally. So Sirius left a will for him, emancipating him, giving him the Black Fortune and the title as Lord Black. Wow. He also gave Tonks, her mother, and Remus 1,000,000 gallons each.
Oh, yeah, because he just has that low. Well, actually, I mean, the Blacks probably did, but still.
I mean, we really don't know how much money they have. But I mean, probably considering the fact that Harry's trust fund was literally a, like, I don't know, let's see, the size of a child of that age would be around 4 or 5 feet, right? And it was around, what, 2 to 3 times his height, so that's around 12-ish feet of gold. Max, do some Pythagorean theorem for us and figure out how high 12 feet of gold is. In terms of volume of gold.
12 feet of gold is 12 feet of gold.
No, in terms of volume!
All you've given me is one variable. I think I need 2 for the Pythagorean theorem.
Well, then, you know, let's go with a, what's that triangle that has the 90-degree angle in it?
A right angle?
Yeah, right angle triangle. You got one side and you got one angle. That's enough.
Wait, is it a staircase of
No,
gold?
it was just a mound of gold.
A mound of gold? That's a cone!
You're a cone!
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing
I don't know
math
why you would do that.
at 9:15 at night.
When
Because
you're
you
not
don't
even
know what
getting
you're talking
paid good
about.
money for it.
No, see, like a cone, though, you cut a cone in half, and then you cut that half in half again.
If you know how to do the math, you do the fucking math.
That's not how math works.
This isn't how math works. This isn't how math works.
Alright, fine. I'm gonna break out the paint.
Why do you need to paint?
We're gonna paint by numbers so everyone can follow along.
Oh
What?
no.
Oh my god, just get a graphing calculator out.
No, I'm gonna do it with paint. Alright,
I would
so
like to point out he does not
it's
deny that he possesses a graphic
you,
calculator.
you got your
It's
code
something
of gold, right? And you got Harry Potter is right here.
It's time to be creative.
Gotta think creatively.
Oh
Can
my
we
god.
switch the podcast over to math and science tag?
Yeah, people are gonna come in here and be like, "Oh, what fan fiction are they doing?" And they're just gonna see the Edge
my
banner
God.
with this fucking...
We could have done that so many times with past episodes too.
What?
The math and science when I just sat there and just
Oh,
mapped
probably
out
could've.
like room
Alright,
size
so
and
you
whatnot.
cut the cone in half, right? And then you got this right angle here, and we know this is 12 feet. Right? And then, so then you do the math, and...
I don't want to do math.
I don't know. We know 45 degrees is from the rest of them. And then I forget, we have to cosine the angles or
Okay,
some
hold
shit?
on. Go see what Harry Potter's official height was.
I don't know, it was probably like 4 feet or some shit, dude.
Is this
No,
what we're doing
That,
fucking math for?
that knowledge is important, you moron!
Are we doing math to decide what Harry's fucking height?
No, we're doing math to see how much gold he had in his trust fund.
The amount of gold he has is oy vey. There, you
I
happy now?
mean, you're not wrong.
I'm
Oy
sa-
vey is not a unit of measurement.
Yes, it is. That's at least 3 oy
It's not a
veys.
socially acceptable unit
Yeah,
of
no.
measurement.
Sneaky, you've completely ballsed how to find a cone and its volume.
Max,
Oh?
we already knew that. We didn't have to go to the
I
internet to know
need-
that.
2 variables to find you the volume.
Okay, well, I got 3 angles and a height meter for you.
Okay, but we need Potter's actual height.
Oh my god.
Because otherwise, it's no better than a graph where I just say, fuck you, and draw a bunch of lines.
Like, I don't know, like this. Just, yeah, like right here. And then I'm gonna put that right here, like this. And then, like, tell me if I'm doing it right.
We don't fucking know.
Give him Naruto's height.
By the way, just let you know, Sneaky, even if it was like you wanted me to find it for a right angle, guess what, motherfucker? I still need to know one of the other angles that's not the right
Why
angle.
did that happen? I just hit backspace. Why does backspace do that?
Why is
What the
backspace?
hell?
What?
Fuck did you do?
Apparently, backspace just fills stuff in. That's fantastic.
Oh no.
Alright, so, do we know how tall Harry was when he was a kid?
You can look up average height. For a 11-year-old.
Well, no,
We
to
go
be
from
fair,
there.
we needed an 11-year-old in Britain, then we're gonna have to take a little bit off because he was malnourished.
Yeah.
During what year? The mid-90s? Was it?
Let's hope Britain's census data is as good as the United States is.
Huh. Alright, so, okay. Harry was 5'9" in adult
Average
height?
height of men by year.
But we don't need men. We need young boys. The
Yeah.
height of young boys.
Between the ages of 9 and 12.
So basically, Harry, no one actually knows how tall Harry is supposed to be in the book because it's never actually given. And everyone's just basing measurements off of other things that have been measured. And Tenshing, Ron is apparently around 6'2" as an adult. So, yeah. Harry's got lots of gold. Anyway. Hey, pup, if you're hearing this, then I am dead. I am so sorry for leaving you, Harry. My stupid, hot-headed decision to go after Peter that night cost you your childhood. I failed you as your godfather, but with my dying breath, I want to rectify that mistake. He said, blah, 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 no one cares about you, blah, 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 Dumbledore is manipulating you, blah, 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 blah. Dumbledore is evil, blah, blah, blah. I listened in whenever Molly talked about the stuff to Dumbledore. Molly has stolen your Gringotts key, and she is making liberal use of all of your money. And then, blah, 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 blah. My trust in them was deteriorating. I wrote a letter to the goblins asking for a port key, and when I was free, I went to Gringotts to check out your finances. I'm still listed as your guardian. They gave me a full accounting. I don't know how to tell you this, but the Weasleys have taken...
Hold on a minute. Why would the goblins give a full accounting to an escaped criminal, regardless of their guardianship?
Would the goblins give a shit?
No, they wouldn't. The goblins are not part of the Ministry's governing. They are their own nation. They really don't give a shit. The Potters are an ancient noble house. He's super rich. I was stunned by the fact that you had nothing left. Because you used to have 120 million galleons. And over the past 13 years, Albus has spent 87 million and Molly has spent 3 million. How?
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 Someone didn't know how to do math. Let's go back to the calculator.
How do you spend 87 million in 12 years?
A lot of cocaine and a lot of hooker.
A lot of hooker and blow. From the paperwork, it seems like you own the Weasley family. This is bad, Harry. I'm so sorry to say it gets worse.
Okay, hold on.
Wait.
No, listen.
Weasley family.
Harry has 30 million gold left. I'm pretty sure he's set for life.
Like,
Yeah,
oh no! They spent so much of it. He still doesn't fine.
Sneaky,
Like, sure, obviously he's gonna have an epic court case to sue them for the costs and owe them for eternity, but...
What?
How big are galleons in the Harry Potter universe?
Hubcap.
The size of a hubcap?
Uh-huh.
No!
Yep.
No!
Yep. Remember?
That's obscene!
Remember we did the whole math on that, why something was 5 galleons, and we're like, how much gold is that actually? And it came out to like several thousands of dollars?
No. It wouldn't need to be the size of a hubcap to be several thousands of dollars, dude. Like, the size of 2 quarters would be several thousands of dollars.
2001.
Yeah. In canon,
Yeah,
in
no,
the
Sneaky,
movies,
right now,
in the movies,
right now, Sneaky, an ounce of gold is currently worth $1,191.30.
yeah, and then we made up, like, we figured out how big a hubcap was and how much the gold weight was.
Sneaky, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm
Seven
saying
thousand.
is that J.K. Rowling, the size of a galleon is highly dependent on what your source material is. In the books, galleons are hubcap sized. In the movies, they are quarter sized.
okay, yeah, because if we're going on,
Well, more like half dollar,
size,
but yeah. But
Okay.
I don't see the movies as canonical.
Okay, so apparently, in 2001, 1 gallon was equivalent to about 734 USD, give or take.
700.
So even with $7.34. So
What?
even
What?
with 30 million. Oh yeah, I'm on the wiki right now.
No, you have to convert it to... No, you can't go pounds to dollars. Because J.K. Rowling said, yeah, I really don't know the math for how much a galleon would actually be worth, so they're just worth £5.
which is in
Yes.
no way correct.
Yes, C8, that is correct. Someone did actually
No,
calculate the inflation of 1991 galleons.
I'm aware, guys. I'm reading off the wiki.
And we're saying the wiki is wrong.
No, Sneaky. By all assumptions, I would assume this is the exchange rate of like, hey, I'm going to the Wizarding World. Okay, Gringotts.
And we're saying to
Convert-
you the value of the actual gold, not the Gringotts
Hey,
exchange
Sneaky,
rate.
how about letting me finish my fucking sentence and thought? Just an idea.
Go for it.
Under the assumption that he is asking the Wizarding World to convert it into Muggle pounds instead of just taking the gold directly to a pawn shop or some shit like that, it is 734. Even if, at this time, he were to convert all this through Gringotts, which presumably would only do the Wizarding World's equivalent of that conversion, that's still $220 million.
Yeah.
That's not including what its actual worth in the real world
Jesus.
is for its weight.
Holy shit.
I was gonna say,
It has
because
been
we're
going
told
up.
that a galleon, Sneaky, we're told that galleons are in fact pure gold.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
so if he takes that to an actual, like, someone who buys gold in the Muggle world, that is way more money.
Now,
it's
there are several
$350
enormous problems
around
with that, but
The gold, the one that I found, depending on what time of the year it was anywhere from like $250 to $301. So even then, even anywhere and then.
And then you also have to
That's
account for inflation from the
ridiculous.
1991 values to the 2016 values. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's stupid levels of money per galleon. And like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's if he's smart enough to just take it to a Muggle. and
yeah,
not
also,
bring
you
now
up-
have
there's
to
a
keep in
problem with
mind-
that because actually offloading that much gold would actually tank the value of it. Because gold is, believe it or not, very carefully tracked in the world, like the whole world over.
Yeah, I'm aware.
You also have to keep in mind that J.K.
You are.
Rowling also called the Potters because they were known for pottering around the garden.
Seriously.
Yeah, not because, they made pots. Like, that's how you got your last name in Europe back then.
Yeah, like the last name of John Smith. Is
I know,
because
Nexus. I'm
there
reading
was
it
a
out
John.
loud
He was
because they don't
Smith.
pay attention.
Yeah. Or like Johnson because you're John's son.
You gotta
That's
keep in
how-
mind,
I mean,
Nexus.
that's how names were done back then.
You gotta keep in mind, Nexus is this is also just listened to by people. This isn't always like visual for a lot of people. We're in the background for a decent number.
I would say, in fact, we assume that most of you aren't even looking at the damn stream.
But yeah, no, like the names, like why you see Mick on everything when people are from Ireland, it means son of. And Searson means son of the land.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why you see a lot of Searsons and Micks. Harry breaks the English economy with the gold from the galleons. Yeah, that's
I
In fact,
don't
I'm
get
sure
what
there's a couple of shitty one-shots of that, and maybe
Yeah.
one or two well-done ones.
I don't know what this author's going for. It's like, oh, you only have 30 million galleon. Oh, you only have enough money that even if you convert it by the shitty Wizarding World standards, you could live like a king in America for the rest of your
I was
life.
gonna say, who cares about that? Even by shitty Wizarding World standards, he's still fucking set for life.
That's what I just said.
No, I'm sorry, I meant by ignoring the USD stuff.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
ignoring the conversions and everything,
Yeah.
you're still set
But-
for life on 30 million of any currency besides like Africa,
All of ours.
maybe
Which,
South America.
I would
Like-
remind you, are now worth 7 times less than World of Warcraft gold.
Yeah.
Oh, that happened again, did it?
Oh yeah, it just keeps
Oh
going
no,
down.
it's still happening, and I'll never let it go. Because it's
Like,
cool.
communism can work, guys. Oh yeah, well, what about that currency that's now worth less than an infinitely responding currency with no end?
Yeah. Honestly,
Oh god,
I-
I don't even want to think about what its value is compared to something like ISK.
you know what? That's the most confusing thing about the Harry Potter universe. Oh, hey, so the Smuggleborn's coming. Uh-huh. That, the parents know about all about the Muggle world, but nothing about the Wizarding world. Yeah? And you're giving them pure gold for £5. How
Now I have
how did
seen.
you just
Now I have seen people who were like, "Oh, it's got anti-smelting enchantments on it, so you can't melt it down for the gold," or "Oh, it's got notice me not enchantments on it, so Muggles can't buy it." And it's like, okay, fine.
do notice me not enchantments work when you're specifically pointing it out to people?
As far as I know, no.
That's not how it works.
Maybe, I don't know.
But like, the more I sit down to think about the few rules
Look,
I
J.K.
know of Harry
Rowling
Potter,
doesn't know shit about how to write or how to write a world.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows this already.
like I'm not gonna lie. If I were to set up a world like this, I'd have a character be like, "So why don't I just do this?" Because the last time that happened, the Middle Ages fucking kicked off. You want to be the next Middle
No,
Ages?
the Dark Ages.
Yeah,
That
sorry.
would
Like,
be
I'm
appropriate.
fairly certain the Wizarding World actually kicked those off.
it's like, well, why don't I just use this and just become rich in the real world? Because last time that happened, the Dark Ages kicked off. Do you want to be the reason the next
The
Dark
last
Ages
time
kick
someone
off?
tried that, we had the Salem witch trials.
Like, do you want to start those again? Do you want to be the reason this happens again?
Anyway, so blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. This is super bad. The goblins have showed me a marriage contract signed by Molly, Arthur, and Dumbledore between you and Ginny. Blah blah blah. The contract and the Weasleys created is unbreakable. It states
No,
you have to
actually,
marry
no.
Ginny. It also
Contract
stipulates.
law is surprisingly protective of minors.
Well,
more
maybe not
specifically,
in
contracts
Britain.
entered into without the agreement of the person knowing once they reach the age of majority.
It also
Here in the
stipulates,
States.
yeah, in the States where we don't rape kids, Britain.
Or the Wizarding World specifically, which does not give a shit for your common laws.
It also stipulates that the Weasleys are allowed to use charms, potions, and compulsions to make you agree to it.
Okay, hold on. Even by the Wizarding World bullshit, that's a no. That's a solid no.
What?
Like, I'm pretty sure their own contract law is like, if someone's charmed, obviously it's non-fucking binding.
Well, no, because the thing with the Wizarding World contracts, and this is actually extrapolated from how the Goblet of Fire worked, is that the reason why Harry's name in the Goblet of Fire worked is because it was torn off from a piece of homework he wrote his name on and then willingly gave to a teacher. So it's a willingly given signature, which means the magic works, because that's what it required for the Goblet of Fire. Because you couldn't put someone else's name in. It would refuse it.
Right.
It had to be a
Oh
willingly
my-
given magical signature.
Oh my
Right,
god.
but Harry
that-
Potter can't have willingly given any magical signatures.
yeah, I'm sorry, I like this though, because that means that stupid trick that Radar used to do in MASH would totally work in the Wizarding World. Oh my god, he would rule the Wizarding World
But
within a matter of days.
So point being is that trying to compel someone to write their magical signature on a contract to make them agree to it would not be possible because it wouldn't be a willingly given signature.
It's also probably not a good idea anyway.
No, I mean, yeah, obviously, but I'm just saying, by the canonical extrapolation of what we know,
Just off the books.
this wouldn't work. And what's worse is that once you are married, the noble house of Potter becomes a vassal of the magic house of Weasley in perpetuity. I'm not sure if you know what this means, but that means as long as the Weasley family exists, you and your descendants are forced by magic to be their slaves. I'm pretty sure that's not how vassalage works.
I am
No, that is
100% sure
decidedly not how
that
vassalage
is
works.
not how that works.
I know for a fact Arthur's family swore the Weasley family to become vassals of the magical house of Dumbledore during the War of Grindelwald, and so the Potters would fall under Dumbledore's family. As far as I can tell, the only people you're really close to that aren't involved in this mess are Remus, Tonks, and your friend Hermione.
So why is Ron evil now?
Because Ron is evil!
Say, I don't think it's Ron that's evil. I think it's Ron's family.
Night, C8.
This is still stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
I don't
absolutely
think Ron
dumb.
in particular is evil here.
Ron's going to use Ron magic!
Uh-huh.
Anyway. So, blah, 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 blah. This is terrible. This is awful. There's a way around the unbreakable contract. Because the contract
What?
is between...
It's unbreakable!
Between Minerva Molly Weasley and Harry James Potter. It's a well-known fact that magically binding contracts require a person's full and complete name. While technically the world knows you as Harry, your official birth certificate lists you as Hadrian James O'Ryan Potter. As your
Why?
godfather, your parents honored me by adding my name into yours. Not only was this done to give you a connection to me, it was also done to prevent someone from forging a will or contract in your name. They did this all in secret so you can stay safe. Without the full and complete name, magic won't bind you to this contract. That's not
So then who cares?
how the
Like,
Goblet
okay,
of Fire
his friends are dicks, but like, it doesn't
works.
matter.
One of the most prevalent bashing tropes in Harry Potter, second to Dumbledore bashing. Bashing is lazy and stupid.
This is known.
Because usually characters that you want to bash are completely capable of being pointed out how stupid and dumb they are without you exaggerating it. Like Ozpin. Oh, Ozpin.
Ha ha!
So, Ozpin, let me get this straight. You're keeping an unconscious girl locked up in your basement and plan to rip her soul out and put it in one of the many girls you're currently observing in your school.
Yes.
After you brainwash that girl with propaganda to do what you say.
Yes.
I mean, look, in my terrible story with Max, I've just taken to calling him a demi-lich.
I mean, I thought we were gonna go with the Steam Tams joke, but whatever.
Also, you created a locking system which requires only one maiden to unlock the sacred relics, which may or may not spell the doom for the entirety of humanity, and
because
based
all they
the
have to do is
dubious
get one maiden on their side.
Yeah,
or
and the dubious methods of transferring the power is to the person they last thought of, who is also a virgin and under 30. Really? Your key is going to be someone randomly selected that will likely be the person that murdered the previous key?
Ah, I'm dying. Let me think of my family. Oh, wait, no. That's the bitch that stabbed me. You bitch! Oh, shit.
I want that to be a one-shot. Fuck you! Oh shit, no! Think of my family! Think of my family! Wait, no! Don't think of my family! Don't think of my family! She's just gonna kill them! Shit, I'm back to the bit!
Just have it go on for like 20 days as she just valiantly struggles to live. Crow's just like, man, this is impressive. Drinks whiskey.
Help me! You
Alright, can we end the stream?
Yeah, we can end this stream.
Yes,
Anyway,
please.
so blah blah blah, the goblins are gonna help you. Blah blah blah, the goblins are super helpful. Blah 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 blah. The goblins have initiated plan fuck everyone else and get you the money. And blah blah blah, you can now all have all the monies. And you're emancipated now. And blah blah blah, the goblins have been arranged to help you. And blah 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 blah, the goblins have produced polyjuice for you. And blah 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 goblins, blah 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 goblins, blah 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 goblins. Also, infiltrate Dumbledore's order and find out his secrets.
You could do that by just pretending to go along with their bullshit.
Blah blah blah, the goblins will shelter you. Blah blah
What
blah.
the fuck is this now? Deus Ex Harry Potter?
Deus Ex Goblin. And blah blah memory
Go.
sphere, blah blah blah, everyone was stunned. And then Tonks and Remus found out they were obliviated many times and had loyalty potions dranken into them keyed to Dumbledore. And Harry's physical found a lot of the same. By the time the healer was done, they discovered he had several doses of love potion keyed to Ginny, loyalty potions keyed to Dumbledore, and the Weasleys, and a 40% chain block on his magical core, and a Horcrux embedded into his curse scar. The Goblin Healer
Jesus.
ensured Harry they could fix everything. And then blah 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 blah, they fixed everything. And now Harry was super strong.
Yeah, hang on a second. They offered him the same option for removing the Horcrux, just one with pain, one without. We'll put it in another item, or we put it in another item and cause you a massive headache at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
but Max,
fuck?
don't you know how expensive anesthesia is?
No, like the second one was like, oh, we'll extract the information while we do it. It's like, can't you just extract the information from the object you put it in? Like-
No, you can't do that. That would make sense. Also, now Harry has all of Voldemort's knowledge, and Hermione is living in Gringotts, and blah blah blah. Oh, good, we're getting power levels now. A normal power level for a witch is between 60 and 100. Above average witches come in at around 100 to 180. The two strongest recorded power levels is Dumbledore at 2010 and Riddle at 235. Unfortunately, Riddle used dark spells and rituals to become power level 265. Harry's power level was 175 and he was only 15 years old with a damaged core. Once he did, they wouldn't be surprised if he was at 200 power level. And without the block limiting his growth, they would think he is now going to become 280 power level.
You need to speed this along, sir.
Power level, artificial magical maturity, power level,
bunch of nonsense.
spells, we're gonna hide in places and do shit, and now they're
Christ,
doing
why'd you
things in
pick?
places.
Maybe you need to put this off. Why'd you pick such a long chapter
Who
for the
cares?
last
He's blowing
30
up.
minutes of the
because
stream?
well, you know, because the author decided he was going to describe literally every little thing that happened over the course of 6-7 books, and then blah blah stuff happened. And look, I really don't care anymore.
And yet, here we remain.
Alright, well, I appreciate everyone joining us today. And 7 p.m. on Fridays. Be there, be square, because there's always more and it always gets worse.
So much